Hi, my name is Laurie Ritchie, and welcome to Laurie's Lift. And today is Mother's Day, so happy Mother's Day to those of you who have ever mothered a child, mothered a child, whether it's your own or another's, um, even just nurtured others that may have not been from your womb. Happy Mother's Day to you. So today we are going to do maybe something a little challenging. So have some grace for yourself. But we're going to do a basket of florals. So what I want you to do is maybe use your pencil and you're going to make like a D, the letter D, maybe a fat letter D, maybe more of a pointy letter D. And we're going to do this in pencil because we'll come back and erase what we don't need at the, or we'll ink over what's remaining. But anyway, and to draw your handle, you're going to come up kind of in a big curve like this, and then another one. I'm from St. Louis. She'll do like a big St. Louis arch, something like that. And maybe for the other side, you'll just draw kind of a curved line in like that. I don't even know if that looks right, but anyway, something like that. So the basket tangle is probably one of my favorites, but did take me a little time to learn how to do. So yeah, give yourself grace on this one. But just to start with, you will make a grid of dots. And we're going to do this whole tangle in pencil just so that you can not have to figure it out after all the florals are in. So I'm just going to continue these dots straight up into the handle. As if it continued up. And maybe I'll put some dots, just 2 dots there in the center. Okay, here's the fun part. So you're going to, first we'll start with the horizontal one. I'm going to have you come in closer, closer. Nice. So you'll come straight across horizontally underneath and kind of wrap around that first dot. And this next one you'll go over the top and wrap around that way. And then you'll go underneath, wrapping around that way. Over the top. Just all the way across the row. And then the next row, I like to say you mirror what's on in what it is right next to. So this is coming in close. So this line is going to start in close. So it's going to start over the top and then go under. Over the top and go under. I guess you could also say you go opposite from what is above it. So this went under, so you're going to go over. This one goes over, so you're going to start under. It's funny, when I first learned this, I like to think of it as dancing. When you're dancing with somebody, if they get too close, you move back. Um, So yeah, if they're close, no, it's just the opposite. If they're close, you come in close. If they move away, you move away. But anyway, whatever works for you. Go opposite from what is right above it. Probably totally confused all of you. And down here when you're coming to the edge, you just kind of bump into those edges. So let's just go ahead and do these ones. We'll start under, over, under. Since that's under, now we go over, under, over. And since that's over, we'll start under, and then over, and then under, and over. Same thing over here. I'm going to go under, over, over, under. Okay, so now you'll flip it and go this way. And what's the easiest way to tell you? Wherever there's a big amount of space, you know that that section is going to come inwards on both sides. And so if you can figure out which way it's going to go first on the place where it's widest, where is this widest, then the section comes in. I've gotten to the point where I can visualize this in my head, so I know. But anyway, once you get one started, you know that you just do just like you did before. This one's over, so this should go under. This one's over, this should gonna go under, over. This one's under, so you go over. This one's under, over, under, over. And under. Under, over. If you have it opposite, the wrong way, you'll know it because it'll look weird. It won't look quite like a basket. But maybe since we're doing this in pencil, it's easy to erase and start over. And even though there's not dots here, I think I might just come in here and come in just as if those were starting there. Okay, and so here it's wider in this section, so I'm going to come in there and out and in and out and in and out. So yeah, this one's a little more challenging, the basket weave, but once you get it, I love, it's probably one of my favorites. In, out, in. I might just draw a straight line there. Okay, so now there's my basket. How cute. I'm using a 5 micro pen just so that I can get them in. If you use too big of a nib, they will all run together. So we're just going to do a bunch of different flowers in this. So I have done this in prior instruction, but we can start with a rose maybe. And this is the one in which you just draw a little curly Q and bumps, And then follow that around all the way, mirroring it, and then do some more bumps. And follow it around. And maybe I'll just do one more section. And then once you get all the way around to the end, you just finish it there. You know, another way to draw a rose is just to draw a little circle oval there, and maybe you just keep going around adding little pieces. What would those be? Little curves, little C's maybe, and just keep going over. And so as you notice, I am going over my handle because it doesn't matter. This is going to be just overflowing with flowers. And then after we're done, you can go over with the ink. And at the remaining pieces that you can see. So maybe we'll add some leaves coming down. And we'll make a, and I'm going to make that edge really dark, just so we can tell that the end of the flower came. And then I am drawing little sticklies. It's got more of a prickly edge to a rose. Maybe one's coming off this way. I'm going to aura this one. And do my little pricklies again. There might be just some little vines hanging down. Let's draw some vines. And maybe this will be just a beaded vine. Maybe we'll put some hearts on. Separate them by beads. Maybe on this one, we'll make it an actual vine. And we'll put maybe some leaves on it. I'm going to make my leaves with a little line and a dot. Maybe on this one, I'll do another obvious vine, and I think I've done this before in a tutorial. This is the one with the little hearts and a curve. And little hearts. curve, little hearts, and a happy face. My phone has been going off like crazy today. Maybe for Mother's Day. So I was reminded by a friend of mine online that Mother's Day, of course, isn't the... I made a little curve up and over inside my basket there. If you see right there. Okay, let's draw maybe just a regular flower. And I'm going to... a regular daisy flower. But anyway, yes, I was reminded by a friend of mine online that we must remember Mother's Day isn't a happy occasion for everybody. And so I'm sending out my love and offer to do some art today, especially if it's not a happy time for you. It's a good way to just connect with our heart. So I just made in this open section these little berries, these little circles. I can tell, of course, this is going to go much longer than my usual 20 minutes, but it seems okay and fitting because of the day. So now I'm just going to draw like a half moon shape on top of that rose, and this kind of flower. I don't know that I've done this instruction, so I apologize for moving too fast, but it's got kind of just these little lips. I'm going to continue that around the corner. And again, these flicks. Oh, what else can we put? There's also, I forget if I've done these little, same kind of thing as these shapes, but they're circles. Again, little berries. Maybe just two, maybe I'll stick another one in here. What else? I'm looking through. How about just some curlicues? Maybe another curlicue in here. Maybe another curlicue in here. Maybe make your curlicue a little heavier in the inside. Seems like it could use a leaf of some sort over here. Let's do a leaf up here, maybe a leaf out here. It's looking a little bland on this side. So I'm coming up along the edge and pushing into that same point. And let's see, a line down the center. I guess I'll do the same thing with the leaf lines. What else? Maybe some more berries here. And maybe some dots. I like dots. Some more dots. So I think that's enough since we are at 21 minutes. And so I'm going to pick up a heavier pen to do, just to make it stand out. And now I'll go over those lines and just in those areas, whoops, I think I went over. Just in those areas that I can still see. And I'll do my dots. So this is one that may be really good to color in just because it's so busy, and it'll help you to be able to discern what's what. I'm going to come all the way around the outside. Oopsies. I cut it off. Just coming in where I can see these dots, and really don't be afraid to put them dark. And then wrap around. Here's where, if you made a mistake going the wrong way with your basket, probably is not going to matter because it's just a mess of growth. So that's honestly what I love about this being our image for Mother's Day is we are the ultimate creators. If you felt like you were not a creator, just recognize the body's ability, whether you had children or not, to create and have children. So if you were to highlight this, or to shade it, I would just go along the edge wherever it is in front of the basket. So any of these areas where it crosses over the top of the basket, that's where you want to shade. use your tortillon. I'm going to grab a different one because that one is kind of used, and just smooth it all down. And you'll just really want a point for this one because it's so intricate. You don't want to get it in those other areas, in the areas that you want to keep white. So very cool. I'm gonna go maybe along this inside edge. Maybe along the outer edge. And maybe a little bit around this outside edge here. Cool. So I think that I am going to color this. Make sure to, I'm adding Happy Mother's Day since that is the day. And you could add a little border. I am putting just a curvy line. Maybe with some, can't remember if these are fescue or, terrible with names, so forgive me. All right, that is it besides my coloring. Happy Mother's Day. Write the date, make sure to initial and write the date. This is 5/14/23. Perhaps write a couple of sentences for today about mothering and yeah, this brings to mind creation and abundance. Mothering, creation, and abundance. That's what I will write about. So take care. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for challenging yourself today, as this was a little bit more difficult. But I so appreciate you being here with me. Take care. See you next time.